Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA video, we're going to be talking about how this is bad news for some set of cheaters in Grand Theft Auto Online. So, one of the biggest things that has plagued GTA, Grand Theft Auto Online, especially since the PC version of the game, has been cheaters and people with access to cheat menus and mod menus and the ability to disrupt other people's good times. And one of the most popular cheat engines out there, Paragon Cheats, actually had to shut down completely. And I waited a couple of days to make this video because there was a little note at the end that when they announced this, which was on May 22nd, they said within 48 hours, everything would be fully shut down. So I wanted to wait for that. And so they said this: Paragon closure, dear community. As most of you know, Paragon's data was recently compromised. This includes information such as SCIDs, IPs, emails, Discord IDs, and license keys, but no passwords. That alone is very possible to recover from with transparency to the community and repairing the exploit they used to get through it. However, an incident like this still changes things. It has increased the risk involved to the point that staying operational is no longer viable. Regrettably, this leads us to the decision to shut down to avoid further complications before it's too late. We'd like to apologize to the users and staff involved in the project. You've all been amazing and you didn't deserve this. We're really sorry it had to end this way. We'd also like to apologize to our resellers. You've been great help through all of this and are some of the best people we know. We wish that it could have ended in a better manner, but surely you see there's no real elegant way to end things like this. Instead of coming up with some half-baked story like others may, we at least want to tell you guys how things are and why we're doing what we're doing. We're not asking you to forgive us. At the end of the day, you still lost something you paid for, and for that, we're genuinely sorry. We do ask that you consider the pressure this will apply to some resellers and that you avoid chargebacks. I know that's unlikely, but we were asked to place the disclaimer in there to save them some grief. We wish you all the best in the future. Best regards, Team Paragon. With them saying, we will have fully shut down within 48 hours of the posting of this message. So that last little bit there was why I waited a couple of days before making this video, because who knows, maybe they would have ultimately changed their mind or something came about. So I just wanted to make sure that what happened actually ended up happening. And this was one of the most popular Grand Theft Auto Online cheat menus. Now, I don't know enough about Grand Theft Auto Online cheat menus, but I do know that Paragon was one of the top choices for cheaters, and this also isn't the only one to be shut down this year. Another cheat engine, Luna, was actually shut down by Rockstar Games. So remember what happened to Luna Cheats? They actually got shut down by Take-Two Interactive and Rockstar, having to post an apology online and a message that said, after discussions with Take-Two Interactive, we are immediately ceasing all maintenance, development, and distribution of our cheat menus. We will also be donating our proceeds to a charity designated by Take-Two. We apologize for any and all problems our software has caused to the Grand Theft Auto Online community. So it seems like this is a different reason why this one was shut down. I don't think this was Take-Two Interactive's doing, but rather their own fault, which there is a certain level of irony to this. After this cheat company is having its own data compromised, given the fact that the software is actually used to obtain sensitive information from other Grand Theft Auto Online players, including their own IP addresses. So karma does usually come around, and I think that's actually what happened here. Now, as you guys know, cheating is a huge issue in Grand Theft Auto Online. Not only because it's annoying and unfair and gives advantages to other players, but in this case, it can actually lead to people's information being exposed. Now, one of the more extreme examples here, particularly with Paragon, is that players can forcefully crash someone else's game with the software and even obtain their IP address, forcing them offline. Now, I actually see this as good news for the majority of the Grand Theft Auto Online population and bad news for cheaters, because the downfall of Paragon might represent a severe reduction in cheating populations, which is overall what you want, especially as the popularity of Grand Theft Auto Online continues to increase, as we are about to see the expanded and enhanced version of the game as more eyes are going to be on it, you don't want the first thing that people see is to be all the cheating involved in the game. That is just not a good look for Rockstar. It's not a good look for Take-Two Interactive. From a business standpoint and from just a pure gaming standpoint, that's really not good for anyone. So I would say, given the major effect that it had on Grand Theft Auto Online and its players, many legitimate fans are likely going to be celebrating this. Now, there's no guarantee that the creators of Paragon will just try and start up something else, but it's also possible that Take-Two could prevent them from making such an attempt. And I just thought about this. Grand Theft Auto Online is getting its own standalone version this November, so I think it's clear Rockstar likely wants to make the game a long-term service for its fans, meaning that the company has a vested interest in reducing the amount of cheaters in-game as much as possible. Now, I don't think that there will be a 100% permanent solution, at least in GTA 5 and Grand Theft Auto Online as it stands, to completely eliminate cheaters. I think that will always be a part of the game, although I think Rockstar is going to continue to pursue cheaters and cheating software more aggressively to keep Grand Theft Auto Online fun, sustainable, safe, and secure as well, especially as we are getting towards the standalone version and especially as its popularity increases and increases. So I guess the long story short with this weird community apology, basically they're saying we effed up, but also thank you for the money, because it does not look like they are giving any of the cash back. Instead, they basically just said we have your money, don't charge back the people you bought from. So honestly, I'm not going to lie, the team at Paragon sounds a little bit shady, if I'm being totally honest with you here. And honestly, I'm just going to say I don't feel bad for anyone here. I don't feel bad for Paragon closing. I don't feel bad for the people who potentially got their info leaked, just because those are people using cheating software, so it's kind of ironic. I will say I do feel bad for the resellers, because they are the innocent messenger here, and I guess you could only feel bad for them because they're selling cheating software, but still, they're just kind of the middleman here, and now a bunch of people trying to get their money back are probably going to go through them instead of the company that, caused the problem in the first place. So I'd love to hear from you guys in those comments down below. Let me know what you think about this entire situation, the cheaters, the cheating company, the resellers. How do you feel about this entire situation? Let me know what you're thinking in those comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and Red Dead Redemption videos that I'm doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.